everybody. This is a very funny, weird, different time for me to be here, but as you may or may not know, this is a pop live lesson. Yes, for the next couple of weeks or more, or next few weeks, I will be popping in the middle of the day, afternoon, morning, or evening. Hello everybody, hi Tamara, hi Patricia. And I have a pop live lesson today that is going to be fun, colorful, and with a lot of practice. You know, I know that you guys like idiomatic expressions a lot, and therefore I have decided to bring some of them here tonight for you to guess which they are, okay? So if you don't know me, my name is Renata. I'm here, I'm a teacher, co-founder of Fluent for Real, and I have been a teacher for over 15 years, and I have never lived abroad, okay? So if you are here following me, if you want to speak the 2% English, leave that okay English behind, stay with me, stay with MC and we'll be here to help you get there, okay? So good afternoon, morning, or evening, whenever you are watching this class. I know many of you will be busy, not watching the live stream right now, watching it later, so don't worry, it will be saved. Okie dokie. So the topic today is idiomatic expressions that cannot be translated. I'm sorry if there is a lot of echo here, but I cannot use my mic right now because I need to charge my phone. Hi Nalu! Hi Gold Digger! It's good to have you here. I promise next time we will have a better audio, okay? So anyway, I'm also going to be solo today, which will allow for me to use a tool on Instagram that is the tool of, yes, images like this, okay? So I guess you can see me. I'm small, but you won't need to see anything else. You just need to hear me, okie dokie? All right, so basically I have picked some very interesting cartoon expressions, playful, cute, and they are actually playing with the meaning of an idiomatic expression or the literal meaning of that expression by using an image to portray what it literally says. This is the first example. These images were sent to me by a friend, actually by MC's husband. Sometimes he sends us these cool things that he finds interesting. So do other friends too, and his are usually really nice. And the credits go to Karen. Can you see that there is a name written here? I believe that her Instagram is Karen_cartoon_maker. I'm not sure because the account is private, but I assume it is. If you know exactly the handle of this person's handle, please let me know, okay? So anyway, come on in. If you are able to watch the whole class, amazing. If not, catch it later, okay? That's not a problem at all. So as you can see, there is an image here, there's a heart, and there's something else behind it. Why did I decide to bring this? Because idiomatic expressions, many times, I'm not going to say most of the time, but many times, they cannot be literally translated to Portuguese. And if you are trying to translate expressions and trying to reach the 2% English, the English that only 2% of Brazilian professionals speak, these two goals, they are not very friendly with each other. One will get in the way of the other. So I want here to encourage you to stop translating, to start disconnecting, you know, from the literal word. What does it mean? Oh, this expression in Portuguese, how can I say exactly this thing in English? Stop that, you know, language is not mathematical. Language is much, much beyond mathematics. We wish it were so, you know, easy to go, this is parallel to this, and you're gonna find a correspondence exactly the same way. It does happen sometimes, but not all the time. So can you guess which expression this one is? Can you see that there is a little tushy? That the heart has a little tush? I will give you a hint. It starts with the preposition from. And it means when you are doing something very deeply, you are very honestly, something that is really, you know, true to your emotions, true to your heart. What is that expression? And then why is the heart backwards, you know, not facing us? If you know, leave it in the comments, all right? If not, if you're not watching this live, I have given you some time to think about the answer. And the answer is, it's a Britney song. From the bottom of my broken heart. Britney fans, sing along. So this expression, from the bottom of my heart, why is the cartoon? Oh yeah, Paula guessed it right. From the bottom of my heart. It's the bottom is also informally. It's a synonym for your butt. Okay, your ass, your butt. So that's the butt of the heart. So literally, you could also say, oh, so if the bottom is the butt, from the bottom of my heart. So see how one word can have more than a meaning, and one meaning can be expressed by more than a word. So that's why it's not mathematical, it's language. From the bottom of your heart, truly. So from the bottom of my heart, congratulations. From the bottom of my heart, I am so happy with that. Or from the bottom of my heart, I really hated what happened, right? At work, let's think about the work environment. From the bottom of my heart would be something that you would say or express if you were trying to be very emotional, okay? Maybe having a very heartfelt conversation with someone at work, very honest conversation, but it is something very deep, okay? It's not that used in professional environments. Shall we move on to the next one? This is something that happens in the workplace where there is a printer. Every now and then, printers have this problem. There is this, okay? And the sheets cannot go through. What is this? And can you see they're playing? They're playing instruments. It's like they're playing jazz. What is this? Can you guess? The blockage of the printer, playing jazz. What is the name of the expression? What is the expression? Let's see. The answer. This is a paper jam. Played by ear. Oh, Anna, that's a very good expression actually. Very good one, played by ear, because it means to improvise, right? To do something without a lot of planning. That's a very good expression. It's not literally to play it by ear only, right? Some musicians, very talented musicians, can play something just by listening. They don't need anything like written to consult. But it also has that meaning. That's a good one. No, it's this one specifically is paper jam. A jam session is a jazz session with some musicians, usually a few people watching something, maybe among friends. I'm not exactly sure, like technically, musically, what it is, 100%, but I know it's like a little show, jazz usually, a jam session, but not always jazz. I think it started off with jazz. And it's paper, sheets of paper playing during the jam session. So it's a paper jam, okay? When you are printing something, you know, and then the paper gets blocked into the printer and you have to stop it, you know, get the paper out and then try again. Oh, there's a paper jam. It's the same word as traffic jam, right? A jam is an obstruction. It's also something that you eat for breakfast with bread, butter and jam. So see, using jam, jam session, paper jam, jam and butter, or traffic jam. So do not translate each word in your head when you're speaking, because it's not gonna take you to the 2% English. It's gonna get in the way of the 2% English, okay? Trust me. That is, if our students come into our program and they have this habit, that's the first thing I tell them. You cannot translate if you want to reach 2% to 2% English, okay? You cannot. Alrighty, next one then. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, guess the expression. Okay, so just to, I forgot to mention, paper jam is of course something that happens a lot in the workplace, in the office. If you have printers around, it's gonna happen eventually. So what do you call that? A paper jam. Next one, what is this about? What is this expression about? It is something, it means, okay, a problem that you have not identified, or that is hard for you to identify or even recognize or admit that you have, okay? It's in, no, actually no, I'm not gonna give that example. So what is it? Can you see that the little circle cannot see and he's walking with a little cane? What is the expression on the screen? Let me give you the answer. A blind spot. A blind spot is a problem, a situation that you don't recognize as a problem, that you don't really see. Now, in your business, your company, where you work, in your profession, what is your blind spot? What is an aspect of your profession or of your company that no one or you don't really see needs to be solved, or you don't really see as a problem, and you really, or people don't see and they should, you know? That's a blind spot. Okay, Fran, good one. So you guessed it right. Awesome. Okay, moving on to the next expression. This one, actually, blind spot, if you literally translate to Portuguese, it's going to be pretty much the same. However, the word spot, for example, in English also means a space to park your car, parking spot. So, you know, if you start translating things, eventually you will fail to understand or to be understood. Okay, next expression here. Oh, this one, for some reason, the image, the answer is not here in my phone, but I'll give you the answer, okay? This one you can also use at work, like blind spot, you can use a lot at work. This one you can also use, it's more informal, okay, it is, but you can play around with someone. It means to wait. When you tell someone to wait, instead of saying, hey, wait a minute, wait, or slow down, wait, slow down. How else can you say that? What is the guy doing? Give it a try. What is he doing in the picture? All right, Ellen, that's it. Hold your horses. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry, the answer's not here. Hold your horses. Wait a minute. Okay, Anna. Hold your horses, calm down, slow down, wait a minute, wait, hold your horses. It's informal, as I said, so be careful not to offend someone with, you know, saying, hey, wait a minute, slow down. Every time you tell someone to slow down or wait a minute, you, of course, run the risk of being offensive if the person, you know, doesn't really have, if you don't have that kind of relationship with them, if you're not that close, so be careful, okay? But it's an informal expression that, depending on where you work, what you do, the environment of your company, you can use it at work. Oh, just a second, hold your horses there. Or ironically, sarcastically, you can also use that. Okay, this is the next expression that we have here. It is a brain, but I'm gonna help you, okay? Instead of brain, the word is mind. Mind. And what is the mind doing? Walking around with no destination. Walking around, just walking around without actually having a place to go, you know, without thinking about a place to go. What is the expression that this image is representing, or this drawing is representing? This is also an expression that you can use, or that may happen to you a lot at Zoom calls. If your camera is off, and you're doing 2-3 things at the same time, and someone asks you, hey, so what do you think about it? And you're like, let me get back to you, and you don't know what they're talking about because what happened? Anna, mind your business. No. It is to let your mind wander. Don't let your mind wander, or you can just say, sorry, my mind was wandering. I didn't hear what you said. In Portuguese, we would say traveling, right? I was traveling. My mind was somewhere else. We would say it like that. But it means to, when actually your mind goes somewhere, walks without a destination. Letting your mind wander is actually something that is good to do nowadays, considering our minds are always busy thinking about something, phone, TV, screens, or real life. And letting your mind wander means like not doing anything and just letting your thoughts go. Meditation and other techniques will encourage you to do that. But in the workplace, if your mind is wandering or if your mind is drifting away, it's also possible to say, sorry, my mind was drifting. Or you can say, hey, his mind was drifting. His mind was wandering. He didn't pay much attention, I think, to what I said. It seemed like his mind was wandering. Attention, because wonder in this sense is spelled with an A, okay? Not an O, like wonder, wonderful. It's spelled with an A, and it means to walk without having a destination. So let your mind wander is not to be paying attention because your mind is going somewhere else. At a meeting, has that ever happened to you? I guess it has. Or has it not? Have you ever let your mind wander at a meeting with a client, maybe right in front of someone, and you're like, oh my God, where did I go just now? Where did my mind go just now? And you miss what the person said, and you have to ask them, I'm sorry, come again. And you can't really admit that you let your mind wander, right? Okay, next expression. We have 2 more. This is easy. This one is easy. It's a child. What is the child doing? Easy, come on. Oh, Ellen said that her mind wanders all the time. Yeah. Okay. So what is the child doing with the fire? Playing with fire. So playing with fire. Also an example, an expression that literally can be translated to Portuguese, right? But the word play, for example, has more than one meaning. You can play with fire as a child, but you can also play a game. So play would have 2 different words in Portuguese, play with toys and play a game. And in English, it's the same word. So can you see how, translating literally can be a problem so very often. Okay, play with fire, Patricia, Paula, play with fire, awesome. And how can you use that in the workplace? Well, whenever someone is doing something risky, okay, if they're doing something risky, dangerous, you're playing with fire. Just like Portuguese, you're playing with fire. I don't think that's a good idea. It may bring terrible consequences to the business, the company, Playing with fire, like depending on where you work, what you do, there are company policies that have to be respected, in terms of, let's say, political opinions. Depending on where you work, you cannot really show your political opinion in the workplace, not to cause any trouble. And if you are doing that and your boss, finds out, or your client doesn't share the same opinion with you, it might be dangerous. So you're playing with fire. Oh, I forgot to put the answer on the screen, sorry. Play with fire. Next and last one, the last one. This is pretty easy, it's not very idiomatic, but I wanted to bring it because the verb actually has different meanings in Portuguese. You could get confused and you could be trying, or some people do try to find the exact verb and they're like, but it doesn't make sense. What is happening here? There are little clocks inside the piggy. Time is money. Well, that's actually a good interpretation of the image, and it is actually a more idiomatic expression than time is money is a saying, a popular saying. Time is money. Good one, Ellen. Very well reminded. Like, it's good for you to be exercising the recalling technique. Actually, without a lot of information, consulting your files there and bringing back information that you may not use every day, but you're like, this is in my files, and you're using it again. Actually, it is saving time. This saves time. Why? Like, the verb save, of course, means to save a life, save someone's life. If the life is at risk, the person is, maybe almost dying, about to die, or something like that, someone else saves them, a superhero or an avenger or something like that. Okay, save, similar to Portuguese. But you also have the meaning of saving money and saving time, which have nothing to do with saving a life. Nothing, right? So they are absolutely different. And if you are used to translating, you will look at this: save time and save money, save resources. And you may think that it doesn't really make sense, okay? So saving time, just to wrap up this pop live lesson, I wanted to remind you that translating is a big obstacle to the 2% English. So if you're learning idiomatic expressions, how should you do that? Okay, let's just get this out of the way. How should you be learning and including idiomatic expressions in your vocabulary, in your repertoire? You should be associating them with real life situations, with things that bring out some kind of emotion in you. So let's say we're using the expression hold your horses. Who around you in your workplace, preferably because you will associate, but also personally in your personal life, who is usually the person that is more impulsive, that won't think much before acting, and who would you say hold your horses to? So hold your horses, and then you write it down. Make your own dictionary. I've talked about this. I talked about this at Fluent at Work Week. You don't have to know all the idioms in the world. You have to know the idioms that make sense to you. So first of all, hold your horses. Is it something that you see yourself using at work or in life in general? Yes, I use this all the time. I think I tell people to slow down at work, to do this or that. Maybe if you're, I don't know, a psychologist or a coach, I don't know, you would be giving that suggestion. Okay, just random comment here. And then you would write it down. Okay, this is an expression that I would need. Write it down, write the meaning. To ask someone, hold your horses. To ask someone to slow down or to stop or to wait. And then you write an example sentence. I usually tell my best friend, hold your horses whenever she's starting a new relationship, because she's always very impulsive, she's all in, and then she usually gets her heart broken. Okay, just something like that. So write it down. Next time you go back in the cycle of learning and you get that input again, you will just read quickly and you will learn and you will remember, and it will ring a bell. It will bring out some kind of emotion in you, and you will remember it more easily, okay? Just listening to the expression will not make you use the expression actively. You need to produce language with it. Another suggestion, you have your little dictionary. You are not going to only read those words and expressions. You're going to read them out loud using your voice. If you want to speak, to say those expressions, why are you going to only read them? You need to speak so your brain registers and sinks those expressions in better, okay, more easily, and uses them, even if it's just reading them out loud. next time that you actually need that information, you're like, wait a minute, you will remember it more easily. It will be on the tip of your tongue. It won't just be in your ears. All right? There's a big difference there. So I hope that you enjoyed this pop live lesson. If you were able to join me live in the middle of the afternoon, thank you for coming. As I said, I will be popping, okay, from now on for the next few weeks or maybe a couple of months, because I have a new baby and my baby needs me whenever, you know, I have to go around his schedule, not mine. So I will be popping in once a week with these live lessons, all right? And send me suggestions, whatever you want to see, okay? Whenever you feel like sending them to me, DM them and I'll be happy to reply, okay? To prepare a class on that topic. All right, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody. If you are here right now, if you're just joining in, catch the recorded lesson. It will be on our profile on the feed, okay? So whenever you can, just grab it and watch it. Thank you, Barbosa Petty. Okay, thank you for your time. Bye-bye, Ellen. Bye-bye, everybody.